You guys ready to watch I Did a Thing make a jet boat? Heck yeah. Let's get straight into it.
How you going? This
How you
is the
going?
loudest thing my neighbours have ever heard.
Oh my god.
It's so loud I need to take off my ears every time I run it.
Dude.
And today, I'm going to see the
He's got problems with his neighbors 100%, 1000%.
top speed of this baby. In my safest video yet, where I don't get arrested or burn my property down.
I destroyed the jet engine.
He what?
Alright, so I already have one pulse jet, which sat on a swing, and
Does
was
he have
too
all of
scary
that
for me to be on. So my safer idea is to
area?
put it on this tiny boat. But first, I need to make the pulse jet self-starting, as at the moment, it takes an annoying amount of time to start with a leaf blower.
Oh, I remember this video. I remember watching this video where he made this thing. I was like, oh my god, that's cool as shit, but he's not going to be able to use it for anything. Bro put it on a
Which is funny when it burns my mate.
Are in the hole.
It won't be possible on the water. I want to just press a button and have it turn on. And I think I can do it by just fiddling around with the fuel line and making it so it pulls in air and not just gas. So its first explosion has enough force to pull more air in and get it started. So I cut out my fuel line and put it in a better spot. And by better, I mean trying completely random locations until it felt right. And then used a tissue to check how much airflow there is.
What could you do with a metal 3D printer? Introducing the Metal X. The
everything.
easiest way.
I could create, you know what I could do with a metal 3D printer? I could save the world. You gave me unlimited resources. I could save the world, obviously.
And I think that's a good sign. So I welded it up and gave it a go. And it's definitely less funny when that happens to me and not my mate. So I better not look down the exhaust anymore.
There it goes.
It ain't working, so I chatted to this guy.
No, what do you
building
mean?
Pulse jets, who's one of the kings of making pulse jets on YouTube.
You just had to get it
And
going.
After talking, he sent me an email with some very small changes I could make. Including just opening the gas quicker and threatening to harm the pulse jet's children. So I tried that.
Like what I did to your brother? Huh? Do ya?
Oh, fuck.
And that was awesome. So I did it again
Oh my god.
and again.
How fast do you think he's going to go on the boat? Like guesstimated fucking 50 knots in a year? An out. Whatever.
And it's amazing how much better these engines run with some small changes. And if you want to learn out how to do it, go check out his channel. And I'm really curious how this pulse jet sounds from far away, as when I put a decibel reader near it, I got 150 decibels, which is louder than a passenger plane and loud enough to cause physical damage, which explains why my head hurts. So if I want to turn it on remotely, all I need is a solenoid, an Arduino, and a laptop. And then using the sponsor of today's video, AnyDesk, I could turn on the pulse jet with
If he didn't have those headphones on, his eardrums would be bleeding. And if he stayed in there for at least 5 minutes with that thing going, still bleeding.
without being anywhere near it. Or use it to access my computer without being there, which is actually very useful. Let's say cops are coming over for something dodgy I've done. I can get remote access to my computer and then delete anything I want. AnyDesk allows you to manage and access your devices from anywhere in the world with low latency and low bandwidth. Meaning, if your parents are old and don't know how to use the TikTok, you can log on to their computer and help them with any technical support remotely. Or you can access your own computer remotely and do editing or anything else you want. AnyDesk is free.
Big thing. Don't let a random fucking person call you and be like, I need to use AnyDesk on your computer because you have a virus and I can detect. And, because they're lying. I know from personal experience, they tried to get TeamViewer on my computer because I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was younger, thought my laptop's warranty like finished or some shit. They try to get AnyDesk or TeamViewer on my shit, and they just try to fuck me up. They try to take my shit. They try to take my money. They try to take my info. They try to take my life. But that's okay. We'll continue.
For personal use and allow custom plans for businesses, and it's so easy to use. AnyDesk is also a pretty sick company, and they told me they will pay for whatever crazy and dangerous video ideas you come up with. So if you have any ridiculous video ideas that you want me to try, like turning the pulse jets into a missile and then bombing New Zealand,
Pulsejet bong?
submit them to anydesk.com/science. And
Dude,
if your idea
please.
gets picked, you'll win some prizes. Big thank you to AnyDesk for sponsoring this video. So now I'm going to try it on the boat.
Okay, jet boat, jet engine, test one.
Oh my god. Ooh, shit. Where are you going? Oh my god, bro. This guy probably
That looks
pisses
alright,
off
but I reckon it needs more
everyone.
thrust, as I wanted it to go through the garage wall. So I'm going to revisit this top hat and augmenter, which just increases the mass flow by pulling in more air for the pulse jet to move. But I still don't believe they work. And I carefully made a hole in the boat.
Yeah, what the fuck did I do with that load? Got a hole in the boat for no fucking reason.
Oof.
Then put some pins in the old weld holes and pushed it back in place. And at least if it doesn't work, the pulse jet now has a bigger hat than every other pulse jet out there.
Oh, fuck me. Oh my god.
And I don't think I learnt anything.
He said,
from that,
okay.
since I've got no way of comparing it to the old pulse jet. So I pulled out the scale. And then I did a comparison test between augmenter on and augmenter off. But I forgot to turn on the scale when using the augmenter, which counts as a reading of 0 thrust, which means no augmenter wins. But before I cut it off, I want to try one more thing. Using the augmenter like an afterburner and injecting more gas into the exhaust, which will hopefully double the thrust for some reason.
Nice, that's a lot of gas just pouring.
And you can tell I wasn't very good at birthday cakes as a kid, as obviously the pulse jet just blows out the flame. So I made a thing to try and protect the flame on the gas pipe and gave that a go.
Ooh.
I don't think anything was happening. Now in this clip, you'll see I'm getting real desperate, and I just chucked a random cone piece of metal in.
Yeah, he's getting real desperate. What is that going to do? I don't know. I'm not a scientist. Oh my god.
And that worked really well. If my intention was to put Ahmet, my local Turkish waxer, out of business, which I really don't want to do. In fact, he's probably going to cry just seeing this footage. And the bird made me real thirsty, and after having some milk, I realized this milk jug is kind of exactly the shape of a valved pulse jet, which I could make as well and put on the boat to get more thrust.
What the fuck was in that?
And the bird made me real thirsty, and after having some...
Is that actually milk? Bro, why is it in a big ass jug? Hold on. Why does where does I Did a Thing live, or where did he come from to have milk come in a giant ass metal container?
Is from and currently lives in Melbourne, Australia.
Yep.
The giant metal milk
Sorry, doxed. Yo, wow.
Specifically to use as raw materials for his chaotic engineering and fabrication.
Dude, I just watched him eat and drink milk out of the fucking white ass big container. Is there big containers over there for milk, or did he just throw milk in there? It's a big question. Huge question. Are you talking about the massive heavy duty commercial plastic containers? Yes, those are no, bro. Not what I was talking about. He doesn't understand. Get it.
I realized this milk jug is kind of exactly the shape of a valved pulse jet, which I could make as well and put on the boat to get more thrust. All I need are some valves. Sorry, I mean valves. And they allow air in this way, but don't let it out the other way, just like a vulva. So now I just need to make some kind of plate for them to attach to, which is the perfect job for my new tool, the Wazer, which is an awesome small water jet cutter that makes light work of metal like this. And this is really much better than doing water cutting like I used to. Which did work, but was quite messy. But now I just draw a picture and it cuts whatever I tell it to.
I'm doing a YouTube video.
Alright, it doesn't fit, so I tried again and again. And eventually I got them to fit. And this isn't the Wazer's fault, I've just been using MS Paint to make 2D
I got jump scared.
files. Then I just put it in the milk jug with a gas line and gave it a go.
Bro, what is that
If you
even
were shouting at the
for?
computer right now saying this won't work, that's kind of weird. And you should probably see a psychiatrist for that aggressive behavior. But yes, I don't know why I was expecting this to work. This milk jug looks nothing like a valved pulse jet, besides the fact it has some valves. But after gassing myself with whatever lead-laced arsenic paint was on the bottle, I was feeling quite hyped.
He's burning off hella paint that's gonna make his fucking lungs hurt. And what is on his chest, bro?
So I just
What is
gave
that?
up.
What is that?
So I've decided I'm just going to go back
What
to
were
doing what I
those?
know best, rolling some cones. And I'm just going to make another pulse jet and put it on the boat. And to save me the hassle of rolling the sheet metal by hand, I snuck into this blind guy's shed and used his roller. And even though I've made a lot of cones now, I've never really got the hang of it, but at least my welds are getting better and better. But the more I put it together, the more it was beginning to feel really wrong. So I just drank an entire box of wine before seeing if the pulse jet works. And it wouldn't start, and it did this weird thing where it broke my camera. So I'm gonna blame my welds, and I'm gonna...
Dude, what is that? Are you serious? Do you guys understand how hard it is to weld? It's pretty hard. But if you ever understand how to put fucking toothpaste on anything, or if you've ever worked with caulk before, look, it's that little plaster shit that goes on walls. It's not hard. I've never welded before, so I don't know what I'm talking about, but...
attempt to fix them with TIG welding.
It's not
something
hard.
I've never done before, and just try smooth out my welds. If you don't know much about TIG welding, this weld right here is what you are looking for. It's got lots of little relief holes which allow excess gas to escape the metal. So
That's
no
not
cracks will
true.
fall. Also, the lumpier your welds look, the stronger they usually are. You also want to touch the tungsten stick to the metal so it melts as much as possible, as that way you'll have to sharpen the end, meaning you get lots of work breaks and have a nice work-life balance. And then after comparing it to the other one I made, I've realized I made the pulse jets completely different sizes. Which is very weird, as I did follow my plans exactly. Lockwood Hiller. And that means I need to cut it apart and build it again without
That's
any of my
Chinese.
proper tools or workbench. But that also means I finally get to live out my dream of looking like a Cambodian bicycle repairman.
Wow. Okay, speaking of which, I think we need to take some time to go in our Duolingo app. Okay. We're gonna learn a little bit. We'll do our little lesson real quick. What is this? What does this make? Sue. I'm right. Perfect. I gotta draw it now. Hold on. Let's go. Drawing it. Look at this character. Up. Immediate amazement, isn't it, right? She. Yeah. I knew that one. She. Sue. Too good. No, that's Sue. She. There we go. Boom. Dude, too good. Ooh, yep. Boom. With the U. Yup. Wow. See, I know that last one probably didn't look like I really learned it there, but I knew it. I know what that one is. It's cope. Boom. Oh my god. Boom. The only two that I could pick, I don't know what that was, but okay. Boom. Sushi. What is it? Sushi. Yeah. Oh. Sue. Perfect lesson. Get right back into it. This is Chinese music
10,000 maps, guys. This is what you're gonna get
or
with
Korean
our new
music. I don't know
Flash
which
song.
one, but it was
The chances of
it was not Japanese.
And I stuffed up. This song playing right now is Thai, not Cambodian. But I shouldn't have told you, as you're a racist and wouldn't have known the difference. But at least the pulse jets look the same, which I hope means they work. But
Bro.
I have to use another boat, as this one is a little too small, and also some idiot made a hole in it. So I thought I should replace
guy,
it with a
bro.
boat with even bigger and better holes in it. Big nut. But I'm going to fill up the holes, as I don't want any fish getting a free upskirt on me while I'm on the water. So I filled them up with some privacy goo, which I hope keeps the fish away. I'm looking at
That's
you,
fire.
Blue Groper. And in my previous pulse jet swing, I just shoved a normal barbecue gas hose in the pipe, which leaked a lot. And that was actually very useful, as it meant I could smell if the gas was on or not.
Ah.
Stop. No, it was spraying liquid propane onto you. Get away from
But since I want both of these to run on liquid propane, which is much more powerful, a leak would be very bad. So I made these threaded
Alright.
inserts on the lathe, which I'm going to try shrink fitting and pushing inside this pipe. And I don't have a
That's
freeze rock
not-
here, so I had the genius idea of just using the propane to both.
Dude, imagine he wasn't as smart as he was. That guy got sprayed full of fucking liquid. He tried to turn it on again. I did a things channel. Done.
Shrink and expand the part.
Alright. Heating it up with the flamethrower. Smacking it in with the hammer. Oh,
And it's looking pretty cold, so
he
hopefully
definitely hit his toe there.
And it's looking
No.
pretty cold, so hopefully it goes in. And it did go in, about as much as your dad, but it should be enough.
Hey.
And now I need to use liquid hoses, which are rated to not explode, unlike this one. But the only difference I can see is that these ones are covered in a fine layer of pubic hair. I also
Yeah.
need a tank specifically
There's a lot of little tiny fucking hairs there. A lot of tiny pubic hairs there, dude.
rated for liquid LPG, as the pressure and forces are much, much higher. These blue ones, which are very expensive. And the reason these bottles are so expensive is because they have a special
$400? What the fuck is that for? What is it even for?
valve straw thing inside that sucks up the liquid propane and not the gas. So I just made my own by painting the top of a normal LPG bottle blue. Now I reckon the pulse jets are going to look the coolest if they are kind of in a formation like this. And we didn't do any measurements, we just welded it up, which somehow fit on the boat, and then couldn't resist seeing if it starts up.
It's nothing's happening. He made a duel?
And that sounded more like a fart escaping my butt cheeks than a pulse jet. So something is wrong. So I tried starting it on gas, not liquid, as I know it started like that before.
You already been here today, though.
And they seemed like they wanted to start, but were almost interfering with each other. And I think I know who to blame. The wogs. The 2,000 of them inside this ball valve, which means there might not be enough room for the gas to flow. It could also be the exhausts messing with each other, which actually makes sense. Here's the problem with having two. It's a bit like trying to breathe, but you have another man trying to breathe right in front of your face. And when I breathe, he breathes out. So I'm breathing in, but I'm getting his used CO2 and not clean oxygen. And
Wait,
it's exactly
what
like
is
these
happening right now?
guys. If they
What am I
put
looking up to?
something, they
What is
can't
going
breathe. But if I put something in between the men,
Y'all. No, these guys are best friends. Don't ever say anything about them peep guy in the corner, though.
that means they can't breathe each other's breath. So I tried doing that with the pulse jets.
Oh, that's very true. That's right. Well,
And also combined the combustion chambers with a bit of pipe so they pulse and sync, and then sealed up the gaps with what I hope was clay.
Is it poo?
Which still didn't work.
Is it poo?
So I'm going to try and isolate them more. I'm going to cut the frame in half and put these rubber stoppers underneath so they aren't vibrating each other as much. Then also tilt them away from each other so they aren't sucking each other off.
right. But
Which
wouldn't
still
you guys?
didn't work, which makes me think it must be this T-junction or WOG valve. There's maybe
Wouldn't they should start going like this in the water though, or would it? Nah, I don't know.
when one starts to run, it's pulsing up the gas line, or one of them just starts to take all the fuel. So I'm going to try separate bottles, one gas and one liquid. But because it's too hot to get behind the liquid propane and it also won't self-start, I shoved some pipe into a leaf blower and gave that a go.
Jesus. Oh Oh man. Dude, he pulled out the big equipment earmuffs too for this shit. Oh my.
And that works really well, except that I smell smoke. My first thought was that it was my Lebanese neighbor doing a wedding again. But then I realized it was on my property.
Oh, there's buyers.
And that's when I
do you
got
mean?
scared. Not for my life, but for my chairs. As I had left my 2 favorite sitting chairs up the back of the property. And they really, really hate fire.
This was our
Well,
sitting
what-
chair.
Did he do it?
That was yours.
No, that was yours, man.
No, this is
Hey,
yours.
get out of here. That was your one. You just didn't give me the burn one. Get out of here.
Man, look up there.
Oh, it's on fire.
Bro, how do they get out? All they have to do is rake it all over after the fire's extinguished, and then throw seeds everywhere, the grass seeds or whatever, just let it take over again. Simple.
I did not fall back into the ash.
Such a destructive element.
Alright, now I just need to paint another bottle blue if I want them both to be running on liquid LPG. And they are still acting a bit weird
Oh
and
my
not
God.
working as consistently as when one is gas and one liquid. And I thought spark plugs might help, and previously I just welded them in. But this time I'm being smart and I made this bung here, which will allow me to change the spark plug when it gets dirty. And I was feeling great about myself until I realized the spark plug I want to use isn't the same size as the bung. So I ended up just welding it in, then wired up some tasers to this gyrocopter control panel and gave it a test.
Nice.
And it's working like half the time. They're mostly still fighting each other. Like in this clip, they both started well until one of them flamed out. And then look how the other one sucks in the flames.
So I'm watching it. Oh shit.
So I put the divider back in between them.
Oh shit, that was some good
worked,
bass.
And then put the final touches on before realizing I have no way to move the boat, which now weighs over 200 kilos.
I'm gonna take that.
So I just got this old hitch and decided to weld an engine hoist to it so I can steal this jet ski's trailer.
Get more from your degree. Earn an accelerated engineering master's and get the job you want faster. Blueprint your future at the University of Wisconsin.
Keep showing my license plate.
Oh no.
I have no idea if this is smart to do. I might just be bending my car's frame, but it did work. And now Big Nut is on its trailer, ready for a test on the water.
It's a little bit of overhang, right?
It's more on than not.
It is more on than not.
But it turns out this pulsejet isn't as quiet as I thought. And a
Oh.
cop pulled me over in the driveway about the noise.
I'm a dumb guy.
And then, back in Sydney, some cops showed up. And yes, I may have also turned it on in Sydney. And at first it was quite awkward, as I explained to them that I definitely only ordered male strippers, and they were also 2 hours early.
Bro, what?
But the cops were very nice and fair, and just told me I shouldn't be running the jet engine next to a preschool, which is also fair. But how else are kids going to learn about science? They also referenced my other videos and told me to stop making things that resemble guns, which I have never done. And then the constable asked if her colleague could lean on my house as he was feeling quite tired, and I said yes. And they finished by telling me if I turn it on again, they're going to get a warrant and come back and shoot me, which is also fair. So I promised them I would never ever turn.
My nose is so wet. It's fucking hot. Oh my god, it's spicy. Ugh. Seemed like they had a normal interaction.
Turn it on again, on land. And the boat was already filling up with water. And I also haven't figured out steering. I just went in circles.
Yeah.
So we thought what might help is putting 80 kilos of rocks in the back, as the boat is sitting nose down in the water, so that might lift the front up.
Nope. No, wait.
And immediately I realized my idea of steering via differential thrust and throttling them up and down was going to be really hard. I'm kind of working in reverse. So I tried again, but this time using a paddle to steer. Which just immediately filled the boat full of water.
I mean, he's going.
And you'll notice I don't have a heat shield protecting me.
Dude, he is fucking zooming. First of all, do you see all the streaks of the boat thing down there? Zooming.
Or the gas bottles from the pulse jets. And my logic was that the wind pushing past me would cool me down. I was wrong, and after running it for only 10 seconds, I was getting real hot, and my skin was starting to burn up, and I almost considered jumping in the water. So we put some more rocks in, and then made a heat shield and did it again.
Hell no. Then he built something that goes off the top, goes under, with a long pipe, has a differential, and then extends all the way to the back end with a paddle that he could steer with from the front of the boat. Just a thought.
And the noise was starting to attract a lot of attention.
The gear differences, so it can go the opposite way.
Yeah, that's the goal. It sounds really loud and powerful, like it should go fast, but it's like, I'm probably going the same speed as you guys.
Bullshit.
It's disappointing so far.
And the confusion
Bro was zooming.
of people trying to work it out was definitely the most entertaining thing about building this.
What, you just thought he was bringing in bigger and bigger tools?
No, I didn't think it was my neighbour anymore.
Some people thought it was a tsunami, military planes, mining equipment, our Prime Minister. The closest guess was definitely a brothel. And I'm not sure what kind of brothels Peter is visiting, but everyone I've been to usually just sound like beautiful women pointing and laughing at me. And I tried again.
Bro said, "Those women making that noise, bro? Are you serious?"
And that time worked out steering a bit better, and I can turn it in the direction I want by throttling them with the ball valve. But I'm not getting the boat up on plane, and I'm just pushing the nose down into the water. So we chucked even more rocks into the boat and some Hindi gods I found in the water for good luck.
Look at him go. Oh, he's not really zooming, eh? Oh. As fast as a kayak. Bro is actually going like 25, 30 right now. 35. 40. Bro, he's ripping. Alright, so how do they do the steering? Oh shit, it's getting red. Real red. How fast did that get red? It's already red. Red. You can see it already right there. Oh my god, that took 2 seconds. And he's about to blow up. Oh shit, he's about to blow up. Yeah, he's about to blow up. Yep, told you.
I destroyed the jet engine.
Told you.
I destroyed the jet engine.
And that was my best run yet, and I got up to 29 k's an hour. In American units, that's the length of 61 World Trade Centers an hour. But I also destroyed one of the pulse jets.
Boom. Yep. Damn.
And that probably happened because the heat shield was blocking the wind from cooling it and also reflecting the heat back into the tube. But that means I'm done, which is a shame, as if I had just spent a little bit more time figuring out proper weighting of the
was
boat,
it?
it probably would have got up on the plane.
Gear differential. Nope.
And would have gone a lot faster. But I guess now we'll never know.
Man, yeah, now we'll never know. So that sucks. Join us next time for a random I did a thing whenever he does that in the next couple months.